Hello students! Today's video is titled Writing Algebraic Expressions. And there's that word, algebraic, root word, algebra. And when we're dealing with algebra, we're going to be dealing with the alphabet, letters that hold the place for numbers. So let's get right into it. We're actually going to start with some vocabulary. Unit 6, I'm going to call this vocabulary just part 1 because there will be more vocabulary later. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. Okay, so some of the math operations that go with words are going to come up here. So let's take a look. So when you see the word sum, you need to know that sum indicates addition. So I'm just going to put a plus sign here. Difference means subtraction. Less than. Now, don't think of this as like the less than of the less than greater than inequalities. The actual math operation, when one thing is less than another thing, is going to be subtraction. Minus, of course, is also subtraction. Decreased by also indicates subtraction. Product is multiplication. I'm going to use the dot for multiplication. Quotient is division. Divided by, of course, is division. Reduced by. If you reduce something by a certain amount, you're subtracting. Plus is addition. Twice as. If something is twice as much as something else, that is multiplication by 2. So anytime you're doing something twice as much, you're multiplying by 2. Older than is addition. Younger than, subtraction. And we've talked about this before. Anytime you see the word of, multiplication. So try to get in the habit. Keep this in your binder. We need to sort of memorize these words and the math operations, especially my L's. My English language learners, some of these terms might be new to you. So I want you to look at the math operation that goes with the language. Okay, so what we're going to do now, my examples today, I'm taking right out of our packet. So if you're working in the packet, we're on page 12. And on page 12, you're going to see these 10 different examples we're going to go through. They don't take long. It's just a matter of matching up the language to write a proper algebraic expression. So the directions here say, write an algebraic expression for each of the following. Okay, so let's look at number 1. Number 1 says the sum of x and 10. So I'm going to highlight the trigger word, sum. And if we look at our sheet, we see that sum indicates addition. So if we're summing up x and 10, well, we would put an addition sign. That's the sum of x and 10. So x plus 10 is the algebraic representation of that. Pretty easy. Let's look at number 2. 7 less than y. Okay, the trigger words there are less than. Let's go to our handy dandy sheet. We see that less than means subtraction. Now the question becomes, does the y go here and the 7 here, or does the 7 go first and then the y? You're going to really think about this. So if you have, let's just say you have $7 less than your friend, and maybe your friend has $10, right? You have $7 less than $10. Well, if you have 7 less than 10, then you have $3. How would we make this expression turn into a 3? Well, the bigger number would have to be over here and the smaller here, 10 minus 7. So if we're taking 7 less than something, actually the 7 has to go on the back end. So it would be y minus 7. That is 7 less than where you started, y. So that can be a little bit tricky. One of the things that always comes to mind is when you're using less than, it kind of like crisscrosses. So like the 7 goes to the back and the y goes to the front. So that's something you could kind of keep in mind too. That's a tricky one. Okay, let's look at the next one. Oh, another sum. The sum of m and k. So sum means addition, so addition. The sum of m and k. Done. And one thing to bring up, we've already studied the commutative property of addition. So whether you wrote this as x plus 10 or 10 plus x, it wouldn't matter. M plus k, k plus m, both correct. Minusing is not commutative. 4 minus 3 is not the same as 3 minus 4. So it really matters with the minusing what comes first and what comes second. Okay? All right, let's look at number 4. C minus the sum of x and y. There are 2 words there that are on our list. Minus and sum. So minus is subtraction and sum is addition. So we have C minus the sum of x and y. C minus the sum of x and y. Now when you have these 2 steps, we want to put parentheses around that sum because parentheses come first in Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally. I want to make sure I have the full sum identified first. Putting parentheses around, make sure I do that. If I don't put parentheses, then I would take c minus x first. See, if I don't put parentheses, I would do that first, left to right. That's not what I want to do. I want the full sum, and then once I have that sum, I want c minus that sum. So that would be our final answer for number 4. Okay, let's go to number 5. The difference of k and 3. There we have the word difference. And if you look on your sheet, difference is, where are you, difference? Difference, minus, difference. So the difference of k and 3. Number 6. The sum, we know that's addition. The sum of A, B, and C. A plus B plus C would be the sum of A, B, and C. And again, order doesn't matter because it's addition, which is commutative, but just because of the way it was presented, I'll just put it in that order. Okay, number 7. 4 less than, so there's some wording, 4 less than the sum of G and 5. So we're taking 4 away. We're taking 4 away from this sum. So again, this is where, remember less than, it like crisscrosses. So the sum of G and 5, we want to make sure we get that. And then we want to take 4 away from it. So we're taking 4 off, or 4 less than, taking 4 away, put it in the back, 4 less than the sum of G and 5. Okay, number 8. 4 more than the sum of G and 5. 4 more than, and Did we have more than? I don't actually think I had more than on here. I have older than. So I would say more than means addition, and so does some. So again, if we think of more than and less than in the same way, we could crisscross again and do the sum of G and 5, and then go for more than that. Now, addition again is commutative. So if you had put the 4 in the front, 4 plus the quantity G plus 5, that would have been okay too. 2 to go. The product of D and 6. The product of D and 6. Well, product means product is times. So product of D and 6. Now here's something interesting about this. Hold on one second. I'm going to shut my door. Oh my. Oh no. Oh, sorry guys. Oh my goodness. Classes are changing, so what I want to say about the product of D and 6 is that in algebra, you know how we write this? We put the 6 in front and the D second. And then sometimes we even get rid of the times sign and we just say 6D. 6D. That's a really nice way to say that. This is called a coefficient and a variable, and this means the same as this. And last but not least, the quotient of x and 8. The quotient of x and 8. Okay, there we're going to have division. So let's do x divided by 8, which of course we could write as x over 8. Either way. All right, thanks for watching. Sorry about that blip when I had to shut the door because of traffic in the hallway. Thanks for watching and happy trails to you.